In December, I'll be in Beijing, opening up new pork markets.
Partout en France.
Hello, 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 hello. I hope everybody is well. Well, I've got my chat popped out. And if you want to know what we're on about today, it's that something mysteriously, well, it was delivered to me. Oh, the cheek of it all. And it was. Oh, dear. There it is. Yeah, so what we're going to do, we're going to have a look what's inside this box. But also, I was thinking about other stuff as well. Like, for instance, being a bit introvert. Because I'm actually a bit introvert myself, you know. Seriously. Yeah. What would you doing this channel? And why do I look so flippin' high? Oh, my flippin' camera's moved. Well, there we go. Anyway. Hello, everybody. And first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to find our way into this box. Yes, we're doing it and an unboxing we are. That's what we're going to do. Yes, I'm going to slice my way, I'm going to chop my way into the box. Yeah. Oh, do you know what? I'm starting to think to myself, I would love there to be a Nigel Farage's head inside this box. Or at least half of it, because I don't think it's wide enough to get that nugget of his in. But let's, no further ado, let's see what's inside the box. Yeah, it was delivered to us. Well, not actually delivered. The thing here, we have to do like a relay thing. You go and pick it up, you see. There'll be a local drop-off point, and then you go and pick it up. Yeah, Mondial relay. So, I'm going to have a look there. Oh, yeah. You've got to have this is the best tool for the job. It really is. It's called a meat cleaver. Yeah. Yeah, you've got to be a sharp meat cleaver, obviously. What's the point of a meat cleaver? It's sharp, You'll break many bones with that. Anyway, this is a bit odd, isn't it, Well, you think I was going to be doing an unboxing, did you? Huh? No. There you go. An unboxing. So I wonder what's inside the box. Oh, I wonder. I'm so excited. Now, I have had some rather nice things sent to me before, various books and what have you, such as Miriam Margolyes. Oh, that was a good read, that was brilliant. And other books as well and stuff as well. All sorts of stuff we've been sent. I've even been sent tree protectors for our trees. That was an amazing one. So anyway, before I open it, let's see who's there. All the suspense. It must be killing you. It really must. Yeah, put on this. I'll give you a clue. I gave you a clue a moment ago. I said something about Nigel Farage's head. Now, there's a bit of a kind of way out there. There's no real association apart from... Yeah, well, you'll get it when we get into the box. But who we got here at the moment? I'll tell you what I haven't done. I haven't put it into my window, the chat box. And oh my giddy aunt, it's so flippin' hot today. I'm sweating like a good night. Where is it? There it is. That one there. Okay. All right, let's click that button there. Oh, is that button there? Oh, there we are. There you go. There she blows. Well, so so who have we got here today? All right, scrolling up we are. Oh, we got Joel. Joel, hope you're well, my friend. And 91 Lades. And Derek, good organ. Good Orwend. What's Orwend? Guten Tagen? Don't know. From hot, sticky Luxembourg. And it's hot and sticky here too. I don't know why I'm wearing this shirt. That's a button, haven't I? I don't know why I'm wearing this shirt. I'm going to cook in this shirt. I don't think it's the other one's girls. She's been through my shirts, you see. And she decided to put them in the wash because she said they're stinky. I happen to agree they were. Well, scroll down. What else we got here? Oh, 91 leads. Oh, nice. What one did you... Oh, okay, let's get all down. Casper, hello, Casper. And Reagan, my friend, I hope you're well, buddy. Do. If you like, when you do your... let me know when you come back live again on the Snowflake show so I don't make mistakes. You know what I'm like? I'm useless. and I'll fill in for a bit if you want on the Wednesdays. I think it'll be 10 o'clock for me Wednesdays, won't it? Yeah. So anyway, Vertigo and... Casper Northern. Hello, Billy Kershaw. Hope you're well. Oh, some bar ends for my bike. Yeah, that's what they are. They're bar ends. Yeah. That's what they are. Bar ends for the bike. No. I've got bar ends on my bike. I'm all bar ended out. I'm fine, thanks. Yeah. What would you want to say that I keep falling off my bike so I keep my bar ends? Yeah, maybe. That has happened before. Actually, the last time my bar ends went on my bike, I guess the handlebars went, the Renfrew bars went as well. Because mother-in-law backed into my motorbike. Oh, giddy aunt. They divorced divorced the wife just to get rid of the mother-in-law at that point. Oh, shocking it was. The vertigo. Our firemen have done a good job. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, the big problem, they're in Canada. Crikey, the wildfires over there are getting frightening. It really is. Okay. No further ado. Let's get into the unboxing. I've kind of already done it, really, because I've already cut the tape. So let's have a look and see what's inside the box. Actually, before we do that, okay, let's do it. What is inside the box? And no, it's not Nigel Farage's head. Like I said, it wouldn't fit. No. It's brain, Mike. Yeah. We've got padding around there, and that's like Homer Simpson. As it is. Oh, okay, there's another bit of cardboard. Oh, the anticipation of it all. I wonder what's in there. That looks interesting. That it does. It happens to be. Okay, here we go for a bottle of gin. A very kind subscriber to this channel has sent me a bottle of gin. Not any old gin, his gin. Yeah, he makes gin. And there it is. I won't leave a link in the description once I know where you can get it from. He's not a sponsor or anything, he just very kindly sent me a bottle of gin. I thought that was rather sweet. And it is. And obviously it's going to be very appreciated that it is. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a gin and tonic. Maybe I'll have to do it, how to put it, Nigel Farage style. Maybe. So anyway, it's a Limousin dry gin. If you know where I am, I'm in the Limousin. And he's not too far away from me. He's, well, actually, he's probably a couple of hours away, actually. Hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. He's now in Le Souterrain, whereas I'm in Oradell, Sir Glen. And it's, rather nice that it is too, I hope. It's going to be fantastic. How kind was that, though, isn't it? Oh, gin87.com. It's got a website on there. Oh, I need focus on that. Focus, baby. Focus. Focus, focus. Focus. Yeah. Anyway, it's gin87.com. How nice is that? Obviously, I'm chuffed. I didn't know it was coming, obviously, because, yeah, he said, let me, via Twitter, he said, I'll send you a bottle of gin. And that's what he's done. Ain't that lovely? I think so. And I do really appreciate it. It's very nice to get little gifts occasionally. A bottle of gin. I do like gin. I do. Oh, dear. Now, talking about alcohol, I've started a homebrew today as well. Oh, beer. Oh, yes, beer. There's a beer kit. I've had a kick in the bag. There's a beer there. So it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it apart from I'll be using different yeasts. Because I've decided I'm fed up with all this. After being here, I don't want like 4% beer. No, that's kind of the stuff you get in the UK, isn't it? Or it'll be up at 3.7% now, so you can get away with the extra taxation in the UK. Yeah, that's what they do now, isn't it? So I'd rather have something a bit more. So what I'm going to do is add more sugar into it, and I've got some high alcohol yeast that I'm going to use. I'm not using the yeast that comes with the kit. No. Well, I said they call it a kit, but all it is like a litre of, a kilo of molasses, really, and like a mixture of hop, whatever they put in it. It's a bitter, anyway. So, I suppose you look at 4 or 5%, but I'll get it to about 12, maybe 15. It'll be a bit heavy, I reckon. That's going to be a bit heavy. So basically, what I've got now, I've just done the mash, and I'm waiting for the temperature to come down in a minute because it's a bit hot at the moment. So we're only just at lunchtime, and this heat, the temperature's coming down very quickly. It needs to be around 20-25 degrees before we put the yeast in. I don't want to kill the yeast, you see. If I put the yeast in when it's too hot, the yeast will die. And if I use a strong yeast, this stuff they nickname it as like turbo yeast. So you put enough enough sugar in, the yeast will keep basically producing alcohol until it gets to a point where the alcohol starts killing the yeast off. Basically, that's how it is. Anyway, beer. That's beer that we're doing there. And we also started some apple cider vinegar as well, because our apples are coming, so I got a lot of windfalls. So we're gonna have a lot of fruit this year. Crazy amount of fruit. Never had this much fruit before. This year's a nutty year for fruit. Vegetables not so good; it's too hot. But fruit. We've got crikey, got 3 trays, and they're peppered. They're quite small, but they're absolutely peppered in them. And our peaches, oh my god, so many peaches, and oh my god, so much fruit. We're going to be inundated with wasps and fralons. You know, hornets. They're going to sting you on your bits, probably. Oh, turbo yeast gives turbo. Oh, that it does. Oh, maybe. Don't eat it. No, don't do that. So, Rabdori, here's for you. Let the celebrations begin. Yeah, you know, it looks the part, doesn't it? Eh? Looks the part. So yeah, it's got a proper cork in it. Yeah. Do you know what? When I get a bottle of wine here and what have you, I'll get get a bit of snobby. You see, it's got to have a cork in it. If I see a screw top, oh my god, yeah, I feel so cheap. Yeah. But a lot of the wine that comes over here from Spain and places, a lot of it is screwed top. I got a bottle of wine. That's actually a very nice bottle of wine, and it's screwed top from Spanish wine. Don't know. There again, there was a shortage of cork at one point, but a lot of corks these days are plastic, aren't we? Oh, bloom plastic! We get microplastics via wine next, won't we? So, oh, Nigel Farage though, yeah, there's been there's some strange people about it. There already is. I don't know why, but you know, this is not going to be formatted properly. So, some why people. Hello, why would you do that? That's such a crazy thing to do. Why would you do that? That's nutty. Nigel Farage on your elbow. Have you noticed one thing though? This woman here, this crazy Farage sycophant, who's got her mouth wide open, compensating for the fact that he's got his mouth closed because nobody wants to see his teeth. No, they're all nasty. He needs to get himself a water pick. But he does. You know, one of them like pressure washers for your mouth. That's what he needs to do. Well, where are we? Oh, there you go. So, okay. So first, what we're going to do, I'm going to pour myself a drink. I've got my ice already. I'm starting melting already. Literally, that was literally a block of ice a minute ago with 2 ice cubes on the top. And the actual I basically put this glass in the freezer, right? I just took it out. This was a block of ice, and literally about 3 minutes ago, well, just before I start the stream, that's melted already. Anyway, let's drink the water off. It's a concert. I don't want to dilute the gin, do I? So, back to the gin. What I like to do, like Nigel Farage would say, let's move that the way and get a little bit frisky with that. Yeah, put that over there. Yeah, make sure that's all dusted off. That's good. Oh, that's good. And what I like to do, you see, I like to grab the gin. Okay, and this has been made with distilled water. Yeah, I'll open it up now. Distilled water, and if it's Farage gin, it'll be made goat urine. Yeah, Cornish goat urine, because Farage gin happens to be made by I think it's the Cornish distillery. I think it is Cornish Hills Distillery or something. And I'm sure it's going to kill their business. Who's going to buy that? So I'm useless at this. I can't get the thing plastic. Where's my knife? My proper knife. There's a knife. There we go. Dude, you got to have a knife. Dave, if you're watching this, then you might not know I've gone live. So you'd probably be watching in despair. Maybe. Oh my god, that's not how you do it, he's going to say. That's not how you do it. Oh. Do. Oh. Oh. It's got a proper cork. Oh god, it smells good. It's not like the cheap shit I get. Alright, so I put a bit of gin in there, and add Nigel Farage. Oh yeah, we'll add a bit more maybe. And then I'll get where is it gone? Oh, here it is. That's a bit more than that. I got a tonic. All ready to go. Where's my lemon? Not that one. Eating me watch. I can't make my mind up now. What way round should I do it? Oh, back it. That'll do. See, I'm a connoisseur. I'm a connoisseur, mate. That I am. Cheers. I put Joe's tonic in there, don't I? Oh. Refreshing. That it is. Right. Anyway. Enough of the madness. First of all, let's just double check the chat. It's not Farage gin, just so you know. No Farage gin here. It's limousine gin from the limousine. So Larry the cat, hello there, hope you're well. And meow. Okay. Larry and Casper Northerner. Not one of these. Fartage gin, yeah, do any of that stuff? No. Apparently it's just cheap gin from this Cornish gin. It's literally just got its label on it. Yeah. Fruity brandy, Joel, sounds nice. A fruity brandy, ooh. Me mate has a pair of boxing gloves tattooed on his arm. They're both left-handed. That's stupid. Who does things like that? Where's the gin from? It's from the limousine. It's limousine gin. And it's gin87.com is his website. The guy is Steve Ellis. And he's one of the subscribers to the channel, that he is. So I do appreciate it. It's very kind of him to send that over. You know. It's his own gin. Makes it himself. Yeah. He crushes his own juniper berries or something, whatever he does for his gin. In his groin. I don't know how he does that, but yeah, maybe he does. I don't know. The idea of crushing the grapes with your feet sounds pretty disgusting to me. Oh. It's like when they used to do the old cider, isn't it? You know, you get in there and bash it all up with a bit of wood. Get in there with it. Yeah, what have you got, verrucas? You don't have a verruca gin, do you? No. Sounds quite interesting, verruca gin. No, I don't want that. No. There we go. No worries, mate. Oh, no, that's Larry. Right, a fruity brandy. My mate has a pear box. I've done that one already. Apple cider vinegar sounds nice. We had a bumper crop of Mirabelle plums. The little Mirabelles, the little yellow plums. We've got some here. We haven't got a very good crop this year, though. We haven't got everything else but the Mirabelles. Got plenty of plums and all that sort of stuff, but no Mirabelles. But a few years ago, I pruned it hard back because where it was, I had to. And ever since it's shocked, it's not ever really recovered. So I didn't have a choice because the EDF was about to chop the tree down. So that wouldn't have been too helpful. So anyway, where was I? Oh, after all that, I kind of forgot what I was going to talk about now. Well, one of the things I want to talk about is like I mentioned, thinking about that box, the cardboard box a minute ago, didn't I? You know, and inside that cardboard box was a box of gin. It's sort of kind of like a little bit contained. Is that? And that I am actually a bit of an introvert. No, I'm not someone who's frightened of being outside, and you know, and I'm not put in a position that I wouldn't talk to people. I do this channel, I don't know, for God's sake, you know. But I am somebody who finds it unnecessary to actually socialise, if you understand what I mean. I'm quite happy in my own space and just fiddling about, doing stuff, tinkering with stuff, putting things apart, making things. And it kind of consumes all my time. And even doing this channel, what have you, that takes quite a bit of time. And I kind of, for me, it's almost like my therapy as well. But my dear wife, she's different. You know, she craves, you know, she loves it when she's going to see the kids and all that sort of stuff. And I'm happy to see the kids, but I'm not that worried when I don't. I'm not like longing for the next time to see the kids. As long as I know they're okay, I also communicate with them online and stuff like that anyway. As long as I know they're okay. And Caroline pretty much tells me absolutely everything. And but I'm not somebody, I never have been, and I'm not somebody who's ever really had that pressure of relationships, I suppose, in the sense that if it wasn't the fact that I met Caroline just on the off chance, really, if it wasn't met Caroline, I'd probably be on my own now. I wouldn't be a bit surprised. Because I wouldn't really make enough effort in relationships. I really wouldn't. And I know that a lot of people, and there's some people on this channel, I've seen some of the comments on the channel. In fact, I had a communication from somebody earlier by email. And it's quite sad, you know, it's quite sad. I haven't seen it. I understand. Some people suffer loneliness, maybe circumstantial loneliness, but also just loneliness because it's difficult to they find it difficult to communicate. No, I did. I'll be absolutely honest with you. I still do to the degree. I know I do this channel and stuff like that, and I know some people they say I don't talk properly, but this channel's been a bit of a release for me in many ways. It's actually helped me come out of myself, out of my skin. And it kind of started really, in many ways, regarding going live, because I never done any live stuff until I was on that blooming island with Graham Hughes. So when I was on the island with Graham Hughes, and I was doing live with him, I kind of got a bit more confidence, if that makes any sense. I never really kind of had the confidence or the guts, really, to just go live. I didn't think people would want to watch me, if I'm absolutely honest. It's one thing me making videos and stuff like that, when I'm in a sort of controlled environment. And I think YouTube and doing videos and doing this sort of thing has actually helped me develop in many ways. Not just, I'm more articulate now than I used to be. And I'm not that articulate now, as you probably already know. But it's helped me actually develop myself, if it makes any sense. And I kind of feel that when people push themselves a bit to do something that puts you out of your comfort zone, because this is way out. If you knew me before, you'd know I'm not somebody who put myself out there. I'm somebody who is introvert, comfortable with their own space, not worried about going out clubbing or down to the pub or going places unless it has a purpose. Like going to the shop to buy beer or something. But I was never that kind of person, and this kind of stems back from when I was a kid. I had two older sisters and what have you, and I was always a tinkerer. Even as a young'un, I was a tinkerer. I used to make things and do things like that, and find out how they work, pull it apart, see if I put it back together again, and then I break it. But that sort of thing. But you kind of obviously learn that way. But also, I was becoming more and more withdrawn from society in many ways. Even going to school, I struggled because I wasn't interested in what they were interested in. They were interested in football. Couldn't give diddly squat about football back then, and I still can't give diddly squat. I used to be in a rugby team and stuff like that, but that was different, but seasonal, isn't it? But I just wasn't interested in football. But all my friends just talked about football. I wanted to talk about aeroplanes. I wanted to talk about photography. I wanted to talk about stuff that I was interested in, but obviously no one was interested in that. And the same stems with the topic of Brexit. Many people are bored of it. And if I was in that environment and, where the topic comes up, I could end up boring the hell out of people. Just going on about Brexit. And I still do it now through the channel, though, because that's what channel's kind of about, I suppose. Trying to expose the idiocy of Brexit, because it's completely madness, as you know. And but it can make you a very boring, a little bit insular, but I would also say more introvert, because I'm quite an introverted person in that I don't feel the need. But then I read some of the comments on what have you, where people are struggling with loneliness, and that's obviously not being introverted. Somebody who wants to be able to find somebody, for instance, or express themselves with other people, communicate with other people, but there's something stopping them, whether it's a condition, a physical conditions, it could be ADHD or something like that, couldn't it? A physical condition, or it could be emotions even. Some people really struggle. Now, I know for a fact that if, for instance, if I hadn't met Caroline, it just happened, It wasn't like, I was going out to find somebody. It wasn't like that at all. It was just, just ended up went out with her brother and that, and Caroline was there, and then I never know him again. I had a new home called Caroline's home, And that's just how it evolved. But actually make conversations with people that I don't have anything in common with, or I find it really difficult. Really difficult. You're not talking about the weather. You don't want to do that, do you? Don't talk about the weather. No. Well, the météo here in France. But it's how do you break out of that cycle? Sometimes you just got to push yourself to do things that you wouldn't normally want to do. Now, I don't know if number 3 so he's probably. I don't know if is Max live tonight. Actually, I was only going to go in for a short period of time anyway. He's got to walk the dog soon. But number 3 on here, he started a YouTube channel. I don't think he's here at the moment. But number 3's got a YouTube channel, and he struggles like that as well regarding being able to express himself and what have you. I think it's the best thing he done starting this YouTube channel. And I see Reagan Elite is here, and I know he struggles sometimes. But oh my God, Reagan, you have really come out of yourself, big time. And it's last night I was watching you with Lee Corn. You appeared to have so much confidence. And if you, I think what you need to do is look at some of your watch a little bit of your first live streams, and look at your more recent live streams, and do the same with your videos as well, and just see how you've come on as a person. You've really, really done well. I find it amazing. I really do. And that's where YouTube, I think, is quite good, and it's been quite good for me. It's allowed me, I'm just spitballing here. I would have never been able to do that before. Never. And I thank you, everybody here and what have you. And I thank the people, the regulars to this channel. It's really helped me to develop myself as a person. I actually think I've become a more of a caring person as well. I have more empathy. Probably because I kind of like subjecting myself to the news constantly, and there's so much negativity and horrible stuff that's going on. Like the video I uploaded earlier today with Andrew Pearce and that other numpty woman, I can't remember her name, laughing because of climate change. Basically climate change deniers. You had a guy from Just Stop Oil. He had a perfectly sensible argument. He basically just stating the facts. And because he said something that they just thought was ridiculous, and it wasn't ridiculous, it's actually fact, basically you end up cooking yourself. If it gets too hot, your sweat doesn't actually cool you down. So effectively you just heat and heat up. You overheat and then you collapse. And they just went off on one. He was bewildered why they were laughing. They were in hysterics. If they didn't have to stay in camera, they'd be rolling around on the floor. So when you subject yourself to people like that and expose yourself to people like that, like Nigel Farage, Boris Johnson and stuff like that, I think it makes you evolve into a different person, especially if you don't agree. My camera's just froze again, isn't it? Oh, that is so annoying. It's not good to look like. Why do they always freeze at the worst possible moment? I have a pimple hat. It's actually a rigger's hat, that's what it is. But yeah, let me just sort this camera out. Oh, look at me. What a bad look. I'm looking longingly into the microphone. Oh, there I am. Okay. I don't know what started doing that. It's been doing it recently, so I'll deactivate it. Oh, there, I disappeared. Reactivate it. Oh, and I'm back again. Oh, here I go. Yeah, I was frozen for a moment because my camera went a bit loopy. Yeah, it struggles. It uses a lot of juice, that camera does. So it's a Elgato face cam. Although I'd like the new one. The new one looks amazing. But it's flipping 400 quid or 300 or 400 quid for euros for a blooming webcam. I'm quite impressed with the little webcam I got in my shack at the moment. That's very good. The Ice Age has arrived. Pretty much. Carbonite. Yeah, the video froze for a moment. But okay. That it did. Anyway, let's have a look in the chat. Maybe rambling on. I just think it's relevant these days that we need to talk about this stuff. Because it's not just about, for instance, me, but other people as well. And I've had people in the past leave comments on the videos that really touched me. Makes you realise it isn't just about you. It's about, other people have their own frozen yoga, maybe. Oh, God. God's sake. Anyway, you realise it's not just about you, it's about other people as well, and what people get out of your videos, Some people hate me. Of course they do. I get that. I hate me sometimes. Now, not everybody can buy into what I say, and not everybody buys into the way I present myself and stuff like that, you know. I don't care about that. That sort of stuff don't bother me. I'm too thick-skinned for that. I'm too long in the tooth, as my father would say. Too long in the tooth, boy. Or was it my grandfather? That was my dad. Hello, Paul, Mark, Buffett. Hello, my friend. Do. Anyway, scroll up and just see what people are saying. That's all the bloody family want to talk about is the weather. Oh, it's going live in an hour. Okay, well, I'll clock off just before he goes live, because I'm going to have to walk the dogs at that point as well. We're trying to avoid walking the dogs during the day at the moment. It's too flipping hot. I mean, we're forecast we're going to get temperatures around 38 to 40 degrees here in the Limousin. God, it'd be unbearable. You know, I was making videos in the shack earlier today. I constantly, between the videos, just constantly wiping my forehead. You know, take my hat off, wipe my head. I was just beads and sweat dripping down my face. That's a good look, isn't it? You know, it's so hot, so hot. So anyway, I've been doing a lot more shack videos recently, as you are probably aware. I quite enjoy doing it actually, and I will try and create a little bit more. So you know what you can get, so to speak, a little bit less ad hoc. Because I'm finding as well, I upload one kind of video, I might get subscribers. I upload a different kind of video, and I'll lose those subscribers. It's like it isn't what they expected. So at the moment, I'm doing my morning kind of just spitballing out the camera, basic red stuff. I've got a video that will be going live. Going to go live tomorrow about registering your car here in France. Probably do it sort of sometime around lunchtime tomorrow. It's a longish video. Yeah, not by choice, just the way it worked. And I've actually ordered a timer. Believe it or not, I've ordered... Oh, Scotch boy, cheers, my friend. Oh, cheers, buddy. I've actually... I'll use... That was literally how much my timer cost. I've ordered a timer, a visual timer, a chronograph that counts up without sound. Finding a timer that doesn't make a noise is not easy. Or a chronograph that doesn't make a noise, that's not easy. That's clear and easy to read and don't take too much space up. Just visual in front of the camera, so it reminds me. So I can, you know, I can cut myself short. Sometimes I'm doing these videos, even though there's a timer on the actual device itself, it's so small you can't see it from the distance that you're at. So I tend to just run on, don't I? And my videos get too long. You know, sometimes it needs it, and other times they're just too long anyway. That's just me though. I get carried away. Sorry. Anyone for a 7-hour stream? I've done that. Mad Monk, do you want to do an 8-hour stream? Got to break my record. Oh, crikey. Anyway, wait. I'm rambling on. Let's go back a bit. Excellent taste. Enjoy, my friends. Oh, yes, talk about it. All my oysters are melting. 7:30. British Standard Time. Oh, okay. 8:30 normal time. Oh, I see. It is now. Oh, he's on now, is he? Oh, okay. So I'll probably see people dropping off. It wasn't for Lee Corn. I don't know where I'd be, says Reagan. Well, you had actually Lee was he did contact me actually when you had a bit of a moment because of work and stuff like that, and it's we were all feeling for you, we really were, you know. We love you, man, you know, and you're a good guy. And I know you're saying we mock your hats as well. So I just saw that. The Reagan, it's just seeing you actually come out of your shell, so to speak, and evolve as a person. It is so good to see. And actually, somebody actually mentioned it in one of your live streams before, and oh my god, they were right. Isn't it great to see how Reagan's actually how he's got more confidence? You definitely have got more confidence, mate. And I know what it's like. It's not easy. Like when I first started this channel, actually when I first started my woodworking channel, when I was doing my woodworking channel, I was in my comfort zone. You know, much I can't do with a piece of wood. You know, so I'm in my comfort zone with that. You know, I make mistakes that everybody do, but you know, I'm happy when you got a bit of wood and a chisel. You know, I'll just make anything. I've got no problems with that at all. In fact, I'm going to be making a load more woodworking videos very soon because I've just also got a package. Eventually it came last week actually, and it's basically a box of glue. So coming on the Brexit line, regarding this box of glue, it took 3 weeks to be delivered from Bristol to Limousin in France. 3 weeks. Before the 1st of January 2021, I would have got it within 3 to 5 days. You know? When I used to do Screwfix orders, it'd be within a week. When we used to do Sports Direct, it'd be within a week. When I did anything, it was always within a week. But 3 weeks now. Customs. It got into France, basically, north of Paris, and it basically was stuck there. It was stuck there for ages until it got cleared of customs. Okay, it was a box of glue, so it is chimique, you know. A box of a variety of different glues as well, and some glue wipes, and a tub of jelly beans. It was like a welcome pack kind of thing, but you know, it was about 15 kilos worth of stuff. Anyway, but it took 3 weeks. That's Brexit for you. Flipping birthday cards now. They take 2 weeks sometimes. Most of the time, actually, about 2 weeks. Flipping birthday cards. Used to be going at 3 days. Now, what we do now, you see, we do things differently. We do like an exchange program with gifts for the family. We say, okay, then, if you buy so-and-so to that, we'll buy so-and-so to that. So then it doesn't have to move anywhere. That's what we do now. It's taken away that personal connection. It's become distant. Everything's become more distant than it has before. And obviously with mental health and stuff like that with some people, it's going to make it even harder. Because there's a lot of people here, living here in France, who've either lost their partner, or they came over on their own for whatever reason, and everything was so much easier to keep communication and a line of communication open with your family. I know you've got everything online and stuff, but I'm talking about physical communication. People aren't coming as often. They're having to think to themselves, well, for starters, it's more expensive. They've got this worry about the ETIS system that's coming into play. In Calais, they've already built the buildings for it. What have they done in the UK? We're going to have the same situation where there ain't going to be enough booths. In France, they've ordered shitloads of booths. I think there's something crazy about 30, 40 more booths for Calais, plus about 100 odd tablets or something. I can't remember exactly. There's a lot of stuff they've ordered, plus they've built all these buildings and stuff to deal with the ETIS system that will be coming into play at some point. We don't know exactly when. They're saying it's going to be early next year. But that is going to cause so much heartache for people. And the more family members decide, I can't do this anymore. You know, I was going to maybe 3 times over to see father or mother or, you know, the parents-in-laws or grandparents or whoever, or even brothers and sisters. They're pulling back from that now, and that's going to put pressure on families and also pressure on mental health as well, especially if people are already feeling a little bit lonely. And you know what it's like is, you know, when you're living somewhere, and if you do crave that, you see, I personally don't crave that that constant contact. I love to see him, obviously, but I don't necessarily feel that I've got to do it all the time. Some people do. And my dear missus, she'd find that really difficult. She's got this she's constantly in contact. We do have 6 kids, so it does keep her busy. It does. And we've got Wayne and I have a little grandchild coming over, and she's a little darling. She's little Darcy, and she's quiet. Yeah, well, she's a bit of a chatterbox now, but she was a very quiet little girl, but very well behaved, very sweet little lass. And they're coming over to visit very soon. And then we've got my son, my other son coming over. Pretty much as soon as they leave, really. Matthew's my disabled son, he'll be coming over for 3 weeks. So we get plenty of contact. You know what I mean? For me, that's enough. I don't need much more than that. We just had 3 weeks with with my 4 grandchildren, my daughter, and oh my god, that was nuts. It was so noisy. Now I absolutely love the bits, but sometimes you just need to escape it. Now, my matey, I say, was coming over. He said to me, "Dad, you want to get yourself some noise cancelling headphones?" I thought, "No, we'll need them. What are them for?" I go, "Oh my god, he was right." So I ordered some but it came like the 2 days before they left. So they were brilliant. They're not expensive ones. They're just sound something. Anyway, they're not Bose or anything expensive like that, because they're ridiculously expensive. That's what my son's got. You know, I'm not paying £200 or £300 for a pair of flipping headphones, not studio grade. So but the of course, Sound Clear or Sound Flare. But anyway, they're really good. Noise cancelling headphones, and I'm really, really impressed with them. I wish I had them before, really. And that's one of the reasons I've been making the videos in the chat, because it's just too noisy. If it was just my granddaughter Grace, we'd be making a lot of videos together because it'd be easy. But I can't. I feel guilty. I can't exclude the other grandchildren. I need to include everybody. But I can't make videos with Toshi, because she's just so. She's just constantly. She's mischievous, constantly touching. If you're sitting here with me now, she'd be touching that, pressing buttons, and pretty much cancel the stream. She'd be doing everything. You can't control her. She's just impossible. So I kind of spoiled it for Grace a little bit. Anyway, she might be coming on her own, actually. Little Grace. She's a darling, she is. So, anyway, what were you saying? Scrolling down. Yeah, Vincent. Dogs really struggled. Yeah, my dogs have been struggling too. My little Wally's been so sluggish today. Trying to get from point A to B. It's like, oh, do I have to? Yeah, a bit like that. So it's too hot for me. It's too hot for me, and it's too hot for the dogs. Too hot for Caroline as well. It's too hot, too sticky. Hello, Brexit warriors. I think I've not bought anything from the UK, online or other, for some years now. And I buy stuff from the UK. I have to. Now, I use a glue called Cascamite, and it used to be the best glue I've ever used. I've used it for donkey's years. And it's a powder, you mix it up, you know. I actually got a little story about that. But Dad didn't know I was already using Cascamite. So he thought it was a good idea to give my dear wife a little Ziploc bag with this white powder in it. Needless to say, my missus, she chucked it. Yeah, because she didn't want to get stopped at customs with a little white bag with nothing written on it, with this white powder and it looked like heroin. Or whatever it might, cocaine or whatever it might be, I don't know. So that was a bit of a silly one. That's my dad for it. But anyway, I've used this glue for a very long time. And it's a powdered resin wood glue. So it activates very similar to like the bandages. You know when you put the bandage in the water, the rabbit on your leg and it goes hard. It's pretty much the same kind of stuff. It's a formaldehyde glue. Which is actually carcinogenic, so it's not healthy. But I've used it for donkey's years, and it's a very, very, very good glue. Very waterproof and brilliant for joint wear because it doesn't compress. So you don't, if your joint is a little bit loose, it doesn't. The joint not move is tight. This fills spaces up with a hard substance. Now, I used to get it from the UK. If I find something I could buy it here, I would. And I bought a job lot from Polyvine in the UK, and it was rubbish. Absolutely, they changed the recipe. So anyway, this other company, who's now bought the name Cascamite, is now redone it all, gone back to the old-fashioned recipe, and they're trying to get its reputation back because it really lost its reputation. So I'm going to be doing a few videos with that as well. In fact, they've sent me. So it's not sponsored. It's just they just sent me the stuff to make stuff with to make some videos. But everything's become more difficult now since Brexit, especially with chemical related stuff such as glues. Chemistry in general, And if you can't get it here in France, you're going to end up you've got to find it from somewhere. For me, it was get it from the UK. So that's long story short, that's basically it. I've already told the long story, but anyway, so some things I have to get from the UK. Nothing else though. I don't get anything from the UK whatsoever. No. And if I did Sports Direct, it actually comes from a warehouse here in France anyway. No, so it's all been they've jigged it all about so they could carry on trading. But that's Brexit for you. It's just made things so much more difficult, hasn't it? Now, in the previous video I made about rejoining the EU, I had some comments on there. Actually, I had one comment on there. It was a little bit. He didn't hear tonight. He's probably upset with me. So I retaliated to his comment a little bit, not a lot, a little bit. And I felt that his comment was inaccurate and unjustified. he basically said to me, which I thought was ridiculous, because I'll explain in a minute. Basically said to me that I should not, talking about the process of rejoining, or took out a couple of processes to rejoin the European Union, and he obviously took offence. I say here, I don't know, it might be a woman, I don't know. But anyway, the person took offence, because I felt that he felt that I was kind of belittling the idea of rejoining the European Union. Now, I'd love to be able to rejoin the European Union, but I'm also a realist. I know it's not going to be easy. There's so many things in the way from us being able to join the European Union. I know that Reagan said the other night on the Snowflake show regarding the Eurozone and the pound and what have you. But my feeling about that is there's going to be a starting point. If we do get past the Copenhagen criteria, such as bringing down our national debt down to 60% of GDP, for instance, because that's part of the criteria, just to get Article 49 in play. Now, if we do manage to get past that bit, the starting point will be accepting the euro. That'll be the starting point, and everything beyond there is going to be negotiation. They're going to want to see that we accept the European programme, so to speak, the idealisms of the European Union. Why would they let us in unless they think that we're on board fully? And I think that'll be part of it. I really do. And I'm not trying to make out that it can't be negotiated. Of course, it could be negotiated. But from where I stand on this, I think it'll be a starting point. And that was the point I was trying to make in that video. I've got a Sebastian, by the way. Let me show you. He's here. It's his nose. His barks are getting louder as well. Oh, crikey. He's got a high-pitched bark, he has, hasn't you, fella? He's lovely, though. He's a little sweetie. He's a right old softy. Oh, anyway, back into the chat and see what you're saying. Now, so I'm spitballing today. I'm just spitballing. The one thing I cherished and still do was almost near perfect isolation. Social interaction. Why is this gone a bit loopy? Why is that gone loopy? See if we can just change that a bit. That's strange. I'll get over there and bring it down again. There we go. Okay. The one thing I cherished and still do was almost near perfect isolation. Social interaction with neighbours was nice, friendly, but not overbearing. Only demand was, please don't try to speak French. If your friends are like mine, I'm not surprised. So, what's going on here? Weird bits happening. Oh, anyway, it's back on. Good. Northern Ireland rejoining. First clean your room, and then you can have one biscuit. Yeah. Oh, dear. At least I put the cross in the right box, says Paul Moffat. Yes. I'm glad you did. Because, crikey, the amount of people coming out of the woodwork at the moment regarding Brexit. There's so many little stories I keep finding. I did one I loaded earlier. It was about somebody that said they got the Brexit gave them shingles. What? Brexit don't give you a shingles. Stress probably does, of Brexit. Kids on camera, not keen. However, charming, terrible. Where are we? Shay arcade. One cannot up-piss in the, what? One cannot unpiss in the fish tank. Is it the same old thing? Getting the eggs out of a cake again? It's that kind of scenario, isn't it? It's well, no, it isn't, is it? No, that's before Brexit. Yeah, I think that was a James O'Brien analogy. Yeah, we've caused a lot of problems. Well, obviously you guys haven't, but there's a lot of people that have. There's been a hell of a lot of hate thrown about to Europeans on the continent, EU member states. You know, it's been quite foul comments, absolutely foul, and they've heard it, haven't they? They listened to it and they think to themselves, "Oh my God, is that really what they think of us?" Really? I think you're better off being out then, aren't you? Really? Why would you want to be in the club anyway? You might as well leave. That's how you feel about us. It's quite sad, really, because it's not the majority, is it? It's a few nasty individuals with the loudest voices, such as the Nigel Farages and what have you. It's always the same. It's always the same. And these people seem to have the tallest soapboxes because they have a following. Now, also, I've had in the comments of my videos, when I was talking about I rejoin, or videos about people who regret Brexit, the common thread seems to be they were lied to. I'm sorry, I don't buy that. I think that's just an excuse. I understand some people didn't understand, but maybe they didn't make an effort to try to find out for themselves. But also, you've got to remember, some of these people are not generally always politically motivated, so they're quite easy to convince, quite gullible in some ways, or naive. But those who were out there pushing their Brexit, I mean, there's some really nasty, nasty crowns, including that geezer from, I can't remember his name now, the fishing geezer, the guy who was a poster boy for Nigel Farage, and now he's, I hold my hands up, I hold my hands up, I made a mistake. I'm sorry, the things that he was saying at the time, it was aggressive, offensive, and it's, and now they want forgiveness. I don't buy that. I don't buy it, It hasn't panned out for them, has it? For the Brexiters. They're not happy with their Brexit. But they expect us to just say, okay, well, you lied to, and that's the end of it. I'm sorry, but I feel that for many, not everybody, obviously, but for many people who bought the older Brexit line, and Brexit's going to be wonderful, it's going to be a land of milk and honey, it's on the uplands and all that. We're going to get rid of all the refugees and stick them on aeroplanes to Rwanda. That kind of thing. Okay, that idea wasn't out when the Brexit was, being negotiated. But we can't get away from the fact that it gave them a platform. Brexit gave them a platform, that's what it did. But gave them a platform to expose their less tranquil side, their nasty side. And generally, it was aiming around xenophobia, bigotry. And it was foul. It was absolutely foul. Now, I have mentioned this before, and there's other stories as well, but some are a bit already out there. But my daughter's, during the Brexit campaign, she suffered racism, being with a black boyfriend, what have you. It's before the grandchildren were all born. Some of them were. And they're on the bus, and these old women come up to them on the bus in Norwich and says, "You're disgusting. You're absolutely disgusting, you are." And it's just, that's in front of Grace, that was, as well. Some people are just horrid. Just absolutely foul individuals. And just calling them Kipper is a little bit soft, really. Well, did that play or not? Kipper! Oh, that was a bit delayed, wasn't it? That's weird. Let's move the volume down there. Well, bring it up there. I'm going to have to get the volume down there. Bring the volume down here. It's all going to go through the microphone, it will. Well. Oh my giddy aunt. So, I don't excuse them. I don't excuse them. Now, some people, there's been people on this channel who come forward and said this is the reason why I voted Brexit, and there's some logic in it, and I can see where you're coming from. And then you got others who use that excuse. I was lied to. I don't buy that. Like I just find it very, very difficult to be able to accept that. I just find it a little bit weak. Sorry. I do get that in the comments quite a bit. So something I find it Kippers are happy. Well, at least the fish are, huh?
They're now British fish, and they're better and happier fish for it.
Oh, thank you, Jacob. I suppose they must have some common sense as well. Aristom, hello, my friend. I hope you're well. Didn't see you there. Oh, kippers are happy, apparently. I heard the same from a mate. Apparently his wife, a Brit, was married to a good one because my mate is a blonde, blue-eyed guy. Oh, really? Is he part of the Aryan race or something? And they're living here now. Now, we've had our run-ins with Brexiters and what have you. People saying the most ridiculous stuff. The reasoning for voting for Brexit, even though they live here. Well, the most ridiculous one is just sovereignty. You know. Control of our money and our laws and all that, you know. Wouldn't you want that? It's quite an easy dream to sell, isn't it? You know. And that's what they play on. Now, I don't believe we're ever going to get ourselves back into the EU until we feel more pain. I really don't. And then it's going to be, you know, it's not going to be any less than 20 years. Right? Well, somebody was saying, I mentioned this before in the previous stream, that man, someone was saying that's, it was on Tom Swarbrick's show about, if you want, you know, you try to get Brexit to call in, ask if they want to vote, you know, to rejoin the EU in the next 10 years, you know, to the process of a referendum vote. Surprising amount of people did. But then when you consider the ascension period on average is around, you know, the period of getting yourself ready and what have you to join and be accepted is 9 years. Unfortunately, there is some animosity in the EU against the UK. there is some. And you've got some countries going to maybe think to themselves, not too happy about this. No. I don't know if I want to use the UK back into the EU. And then the little bulb will light up on their head. Oh, hang on. Maybe we could use this. Yeah, as a bit of a carrot or something. I've got an idea. Maybe, as somebody mentioned in one of my comments there, the marbles, is it the Greek marbles that they want back? Yeah? And the UK said no, we'll hold on to them. And then you could argue in France, for instance. Oh, that little light bulb lights on the top of the head again. Well, we would like we want our tricolour back. The original tricolour, you know, the big flag that was on top of a big ship that was captured in the Nile years ago. I think it was the first tricolour. French tricolour. Now, I know it exists because I've seen it. My son has to look after it. Because he works for the museum service. And no, he is a curator. And no, he's not the curator who's been stealing stuff and selling it on eBay. It's just got caught. No, it's not him. No. Why so then get locked up just yet? No. So anyway, and there's that whole all about Gibraltar, for instance. The Spanish will say, we want our Gibraltar back if you want to come back in the EU. How desperate are you to be in the EU? Argument's sake about the pound again. How desperate are you to be in the club fully? It's not necessarily a requirement. There are other members that are still still got their own currency. But there is. And okay, you ask, okay, we can't do that. What about EFTA or EEA and what having to do the single market that way? And maybe it's our quickest and best way to get to try and pull ourselves out of this mess. But when you get Norway, remember they kicked off when we would like the Norway agreement. Yeah, what about the Norway agreement? Well, they also said something about the Australian agreement doesn't exist. But anyway, the Norway agreement. Well, Norway said, well, we're not keen on this. No, we're not happy. They'll kick off. So they'll get vetoed. So they'll get a chance to say whether or not the UK gets included. Can you manage? No? Okay, I'm going to have... Unless we can do it... What about 10 minutes? Give me 10 minutes. 10 minutes. And then... Okay, I've got 10 more minutes. Okay, Max is live now anyways. Sorry? Because we're going to be losing... I've got to walk the dogs, you see. I don't want Demis to do it on her own. Because she's struggling. Because she wants more than lead. And she'll pull her over and I'll find her like a messy mess on the floor. But I'm going to go live again tomorrow as well. So, yeah, that's what I'm feeling about that. I find it all a little bit silly. Cheers for that, Alistair here. So Simon says he was gifted a membership. Hey, nice one. And Chatty Rat was gifted a membership as well. Now, in the memberships, what I'm doing is I'm starting moving over some of my other material that I've got on the channel, and some of the stuff also that I've privated already. I'm going through some of my older material, which you can have a laugh at me about, laugh at, I suppose. So it's quite interesting to see what was said back then to what's actually happening now. That's actually quite, I find it a bit of an eye-opener in some cases. We're putting it into the membership area, but I'm having to go through those ones one by one just in case there's anything in there that I could get a strike for, because obviously I was making videos differently back then, and I was a naughty boy. Oh, crikey. 2 days I got. 2 days, and I've got a clean slate. Yeah. I can get another strike then, you see. Yeah, I've got two days. Yeah, they've been all my strikes completely cleaned and brushed away that they are. I better get another one. Just as they run out, because what happened last time. Just as that runs out, I'll get another one. Yeah, I'll just check the channel again, shall we? Be like that, won't it? That's what will happen. We'll see. 2 days, we'll find out. Toys don't get tasered. I don't accept gifts, says Jeannie Ball, as I can't give them. Do you know what? Sometimes it's the best way, isn't it, really? And it's very hard to be able to send gifts from abroad anyway. And also, some people giving gifts and what have, they can't actually afford it. You know, you get put in corners in a position you feel obliged to return the favour. And maybe you're not in a position to do it. You're not in the same financial position to be able to buy everybody gifts. I'm just saying, you know. There's always people in there. Some people in there regularly do super chats and stuff like that on the channel. Or send me bottles of gin. Oh. And then other people who don't, but they're not in a position to do it, you know. But I understand that. The whole idea is the thing. It's a bit like an insurance policy, I suppose. You know, there's a few people on here that help me to keep the channel going, because otherwise I'd have to get a proper job, a real job, as my mother would say, which would be very easy to work on my woodwork, I suppose. You have your chat on top chat, not live chat. Oh god, there we go. Live chat, there we go. That went by choice. I don't know how that happened. I didn't do that. Oh, cheers that, bud. Oh, scroll up, scroll. Let's go through this quickly. Scrolling down. These stories circulate, you know, that they do. Oh, yeah, they do. And people end up remembering this stuff in the EU, and they realise that it's not so. Yeah, there's a few people. It's not everybody. That's the problem. There's a few people in the UK that are very nasty. And they end up on channels such as GB News and Talk TV and what have you. Such as flipping out James Whale geezer, the guy with a scrotum for a neck. You know, him. Suggesting that we should get the ships out there and gun them down. The refugees, that is. Shocking. We've got a flipping lad, right, who got rejected. He's okay now, but he was rejected, for refugee status. Because they based it on, from Sudan, based his application on the Sudan before the civil war, before the war broke out in Sudan. And they rejected him, which they've done with many, countless more as well. He's okay now. They've basically, because obviously got exposed, you see. So I imagine something like Care for Calais lawyers or something like that probably got involved and probably helped the young lad, you know. If you're fleeing war, is there really any argument? If you're fleeing a country that's at war, civil war going on, where people are being murdered left, right, and centre, you know, if it's a fairly clear cut, there might be. They're fleeing war, and their refugee status is legit. Oh, I know what we'll do. We'll turn back time a bit before the war. Crazy. So I do not expect gifts. Oh, sorry, yeah, done that one. Cheers, Mad Monk. And Genie Bottle, all I give is words of love. Do you know what? Sometimes that's all you need, and a hug. Sometimes all you need. And it's John Lennon. All you need is love. Get all soppy now. Yeah, so it's it doesn't always take much, does it? You know, a few kind words. And you know, it's human nature to harbour hate, it seems. And you got to get that out of you, you know. To get that out of you is basically just You got to expose yourself to people, really. Instead of sitting on the fence and watching from the outside, like, I don't know, arguments like people in Norfolk. There's hardly any black people in Norfolk, right? And yet, they're worried about immigration status and stuff. They're going to invade us in Norfolk. What are you worried about? They don't even... They're probably worried about it because they don't understand. They don't, you know. It's like people because you've got brown faces. Oh, you must... Oh, it's frightening. Now, one of our so-called friends there, acquaintances, I mentioned her before, actually, showed her a picture of our son-in-law from Nigeria. Oh, I find him scary, she says. That's what she said for her face. I find him scary. Well, you know, that's rag, you know, that's well, then you're a racist, I said. Didn't go down too well. Yeah, that was an interesting dinner. But anyway, it's just people, they could be the worst, can't they? Yet, some people, and many people, the majority, because most people are good. So most people have got a big heart, you know. Most people, you know, I would say, have a big heart and don't necessarily have the knowledge or know what to do with the knowledge to be able to make good decisions. No, I don't know about you. I do tend to think a lot of these Brexiters they're idiots. Yeah, honestly, I do. Also, I think they're useful idiots. Yeah, useful idiots. Because I say to myself, I do, Marcus, I've done a video about this, boy. Marcus. I ask myself a question. If I've got a decision to make, I ask myself a question, Marcus, what would an idiot do? And then I'll do the opposite. Or something like that, you know. In fact, I saw somebody actually say something like that recently, actually. I think there's that, I think it was in the state of college or university or something. Something I saw on the clip somewhere. Anyway, that's the kind of sort of thing, you know. Do opposite to what the idiots do, and then you'll be all right, you see. Stop showing hate and all that. And the people the most empathetic are the ones who are quite often the most, are the cleverest ones out there. Don't forget the National Rejoin March in London on the 23rd of September. Maybe I should try, if there's any live feeds, I might do a live on that, maybe. I'm not going to be there. But, yes, there was a march on the 23rd of September. I need to get that date in my head, driven into my head. Dark, I'll have to go in a minute. So, yeah, so it's going to be a march, and hopefully this time, and I think it actually will, I think there'll be some coverage of it this time. The BBC's had so much criticism, and also, Boris Johnson is no longer the Prime Minister. And I don't think Richie Sunak has got so much power. And also, one of the geezers has left the BBC now, hasn't he? And it's we'll see. We'll see. I think I get more coverage than it did that one. I think it was back in 2019, wasn't it? 2019. I think it was 2019 or 2020. I can't remember now. Anyway, it will get some coverage. Deborah Hart. Hello, Deborah. Hope you're well. Hi, chat. Been watching from the start. 2 laptops, keyboards are stuffed, and had to dig out an old plug-in keyboard. Welcome to Chinese tech. Unfortunately, nearly everything is made in China these days. Anyway, it's like everything I've got in front of me. It's not necessarily cheap stuff. You know, it's like I've got a Corsair keyboard there. I've got a very nice Corsair keyboard here, and my soundboard, my stream deck. It's all made in China. You know, it's all made in China. You know, it's just badged up stuff, isn't it? You know, my X Pen pad over here. This microphone here, I suppose that's made in China. I don't think everything's made in blooming China. No wonder they've got dominance over us. No wonder their economy is so large. Now India's doing the same. It just knocked us off our pedestal last year, wasn't it? As in one of the richest countries. And now we'll probably get knocked down another one. Probably. I don't know who will overtake us next. Oh. 27 degrees. Ringing wet. Oh, I know, it's very warm. Hello, Top Smoke. Hope you're well, my friend. Get that Richie Sunak and put them in the ducking stool in the Wensom. Or like Count Binface said, walk the plank. Yeah. Picking up, and the sky is getting ready to drop. There's a lot of rain, says Madbug. We're supposed to have some rain, but also this week is supposed to be next week, so it's ridiculously hot. I think the Tories want to give Crimea to to Russia, like Chamberlain gave away part of CR to avoid war. The Czechs in Prague are very pro-Ukraine. But I mean, that's all going to kick off again in that big time. Bad numbers at the moment, isn't it? Very worrying. Here in Lanark, 80 at the moment, and was windy earlier. Rejoin March needs to be cancelled. Says 32. Oh, why? It just exposes the madness of it, and it exposes the support as well for the EU. So I don't think it needs to be cancelled. Yeah, if you're worrying about the UK rejoining the EU, that ain't going to happen anytime soon. I don't think it's going to be in my lifetime. I really don't. If it does happen. Hello, but anyway, everyone. How is everyone doing today? Get that Richie Sunak and put him in the duck and stool in the winter. I've said that already. Top Smoke, 100% Norfolk is one of the least brown-faced places I have ever seen. And there are some Chinese, that's it. Yeah, we've got some Turkish as well in Norfolk, but there's very, very few Africans in Norfolk. So I don't know what they're worried about. It's just daft. It's absolutely daft. I know my son-in-law lives there, and and there are African people living there, Nigerian, what have you. Why does it matter? Why can't we just get along? Why are we just, let's judge people on who they are, not what they are, for God's sake. It's just ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. Kool-Aid says, most people escape Norfolk, not invade it. Like I did. Anyway, I'm going to have to say, love you and leave. I haven't missed anything, have I? Okay. Just got a limerick. Last missed limerick. Okay. There was a country called start again. There was a country called Angerland who decided that they were exceptional land, and they kept Greece's marble, but ran away from Kabul. Not all they have is the Falklands. Thatcher, suck it up. Well, they're kicking off now as well, Argentina, aren't they? They're not happy. Look at Australia, for example, required to vote 100%. If you don't, you get fined in Australia. I think people should be required to vote in the UK, at least additional. I think so as well, but also people need to know why they're voting. We need to educate. We need some level of education. Maybe there should be programs about it. Maybe there should be public, the public programs, what have you, sort of political broadcasts. I don't know, about learning how to what and why. And party political broadcasts, I think, needs to be banned. I think it should be banned. I think any promotion of a party, other than the work that they do, should be banned. Commercial advertising for politics, like I say, should be banned. I think it's ridiculous. Advertising, it's just basically hands over politics. Those are the most money. That's all it does. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to love you and then leave you, because it's getting darker and darker and darker. Me and their missus are going to be walking the dogs with a torch, like they are. We'll be putting their little collars on, these little lights go on their collars so we can see them running around in the dark. That's what we'll have to do. Anyway, thanks for joining us. I hope everybody have a lovely evening. Max is currently live, apparently, so Reagan said it on there. Thanks everybody for coming to see you on Max's in about 15 minutes. Don't forget to like and share across social media. Any ginger action? What? Oh, I don't mean. Not yet. I think it's coming over in September. Ginger's draft. Yep. Excellent. So anyway, don't forget to boop the old like button, because I forgot to mention it. But Mad Monk, thank you very much and Reagan Leak for mentioning it before anyway, so I do appreciate that. And I'm going to go live again probably tomorrow at some time, probably in the evening, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, bye for now, and I hope you have a lovely day. And pop over to Max. Yeah, he's a good guy, I quite like Max. Yeah. I'm not keen on the other one though, what I'm talking about. Yeah. I'm a bit biased there, I am.